And a Flossmoor man is telling an amazing story about his family and the time they spent with Michael Jackson back in 1973 that they will never forget. An experience most probably wouldn't even believe if it hadn't all been caught on tape. But it was. It was 1973 and the Jackson 5 were hot. And 13-year-old Colette Luckie loved the Jackson 5, especially Michael. Her brother Sloan was 8 at the time and remembers it well.
In her bedroom, you'd see posters of Michael and the Jackson 5 everywhere, on the walls, on the ceilings. If she could put them on the windows, she would have done it.
Colette's mother knew she loved Michael and one day said,
"Why don't we just go ahead and take a trip to California and try to find him?" When my mother brought it up to my sister initially, my sister thought she was crazy.
A single mom, 2 kids, no money, but they did it. They took a 3-day bus ride and got to California, even though they had to stay in a shelter and eat by food stamps once they got there.
She was still determined to get us to this Jackson 5 home.
A friend had an idea where the Jacksons lived in Encino, so that's where they went and started ringing intercoms.
And my mother went through her spiel. She said, "We're the Luckie family from the Bronx, New York. We don't want to come in your home, but, you know, my daughter's a big Michael Jackson fan."
After a few tries and a bit of a tip,
my mother goes through her spiel again. And we heard no response. So we, our hearts dropped. We just figured, it's over. And then finally this voice came over and said, "Come in."
And they did. They got a tour, met some family, and then remarkably got invited back the next day.
As we were leaving, Miss Jackson said to my mother, "They're about to release the album and we're going to have a party. Would you guys like to come back?"
The record was 1973's Get It Together.
And, it took all of 2 seconds for my mother to say yes. And so when we came back, that was when my mother brought her then the Super 8 reel and videotaped the entire visit. So on the home video coverage we have, you'll see, Michael, you'll see me walking around with Janet, you'll see Red Fox from Sanford & Son, who was the big thing back then.
And eventually, 13-year-old Colette Luckie, all the way from the Bronx, stood by Michael Jackson. And she has pictures to prove it. Mom's mission accomplished.
The story is always in our hearts and minds. We've always thought how gracious this family was to allow these strangers who were just trying to live a dream meet him.
A dream seemingly out of reach that led to life-lasting lessons.
Ever since then, I've always kind of viewed that nothing's impossible. If she can just go out on a dream and a prayer and get this accomplished and get it done, despite how difficult things may seem, anything is absolutely possible.